My current research is, for example, about decision making from individuals and decision making in teams, where we do research on what happens when you get an older workforce in companies and how can you keep them learning by giving them challenging tasks, and how should you manage your company in such a way that the creativity in your company will grow given the capacity of your workforce. The reason why we're doing this is because if you have that kind of knowledge, you can also design training models. And if you talk about training, then it ends up in educating people. And that's what our department is all about. The connection with our research is that we have learned in many of our studies that people don't gain that much from formal education. So the effect on what you're doing in a classroom is not what it's supposed to be. And our research shows that people learn in social networks, and whatever that may be. It might be the students start chatting with each other or they work together on a project, and the learning takes place as soon as they start cooperating. And what we are working on is what kind of assignments should you give your students so that they get the most out of the learning potential which is embedded in a group. The other thing is that we are working on projects where people are working at different locations worldwide, but yet they share the same kind of learning experiences. And so the question is, when they have their different sets of learning experiences, how can you organize it in a course where they can share it and where they can get the feedback from their teachers to get the most out of their learning experiences where they are working at. The connection with the research, with the conference is in my perception is quite obvious, because a school like Maastricht School of Management has its students worldwide. And it would be a great advantage if students could, for example, stay within their own location, yet they could share whatever they are working or living in, to share their experiences and connect it to the training you would like them to offer. And you can do this through the word would be distributed learning platforms, where the technology can enable you to provide this kind of situation. And what my research is all about is then that doesn't work by itself. You need to do something to make it happen, that people start talking to each other, otherwise there is no learning. And I think that's a great connection with this conference, where you're searching for how can you connect people in such a way that they work for them in a natural kind of learning environment, even though it's virtual. And the other is that you have to acknowledge that different people have different learning needs. And so then the question is, how can you find an answer in addressing those individual learning needs? And why is that an issue in my opinion? Because education is basically the way we have organized it till now it's an outdated industrial approach. Like we manufacture like I said, like the way you manufacture cookies or cars. It's not individualized. And so the challenge for us is to make it individualized, know that you can increase access, and where people can learn in a social environment which feels like it's their environment, and where they exchange their experiences and then get the feedback from their instructors.